Okay, you guys are going to begin with your second set of line designs. You can think of it as a review and also an introduction to some more things that you can use in Illustrator to create your designs. What you need open are your layers. Don't forget, you go to Window and you click on Layers. You also on your artboards, go to Window, click on Artboards. If you have other things that are open, you can close them. Don't forget, you can undock panels and you can also dock panels. If you need to close out anything, you have this X at the upper left hand corner of the panel. Now you can close the panel. Alright, so we're here. If you notice, I have a grid. So you want to go to View, and then you want to press, excuse my telephone ringing for whatever reason. Alright, you want to click on Show Grid, because right now if I hit Hide Grid, it goes away. So you want to click Show Grid. Now I'm going to zoom in so that you can kind of look to see what's happening with the grid. What we have are divisions, 1-inch divisions. So if you go to View, click on Rulers, Show Rulers. You can note that your rulers show up on the left and the upper part of the interface. If you notice, you have from 6 to 5. And let's change this. If you click right here in the upper left hand corner of the rulers and then drag your cursor right to the edge of the first artboard, you notice that it starts at 0. So you'll see that you have your artboard that's 5 by 5. Now, between each 1-inch mark, you also have some squares. Get closer. Not that close. If you get close, you can see that there's going to be 8 little small boxes in between each inch. So, in order to make sure that everyone is in the same place, go to Illustrator, click on Preferences, Units. Let's just make sure that you're still reading in inches here. Stroke, points, type, points. Click on Guides and Grids. And you're just going to make sure that Grid Line Every reads 1 inch. Subdivisions 8. You can change the color. It's not necessary. And then you press OK. So if we look in between each 1-inch mark, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 boxes. So the first design that you guys are going to create is this one. If you notice, your artboards actually read from top, bottom, over to the right, and then down. So design 1, make sure you name it design 1 for your first artboard. Layers, design 1 as well. The reason I have all of my designs on one layer, I want to show you how to move your designs just in case you make a mistake and put your design on the wrong artboard. Okay? So, your first design. I'm going to, let's just get rid of this. I'm just going to get rid of these first 4. Let's just get rid of that for you. Okay. I'm just going to get rid of all this because I'm going to go through the whole thing. Going to make mine a little more perfect. Okay, you're doing the same thing that you did for the first designs, using the line segment tool. As a matter of fact, let's change that for a second. Let's use the pen tool. You're making sure that there's no fill and there's a black stroke. You're going to click once right here in the top of your grid, and then you're going to click once. All right, did you get it? Let's try it again. Now, before I move, considering I have the pen tool, notice if I keep clicking, notice that everything's still connected. So, go back. What do you have to do when you're using the pen tool and you're trying to move around to different areas to illustrate? You have to use a shortcut key. You don't have to, but this is the fastest way to deselect a tool. You're going to hold down your Shift, your Command, and your A keys on your keyboard at the same time. That's to deselect. And we're going to go through that again. So now, click once, and then you're going to come down, click twice. Shift, Command, A to deselect. Come back to the middle, click once, Shift key, click twice. Shift, Command, A, click once, click twice, Shift, Command, A, click once, click twice, Shift, Command, A. And notice I'm just going back and doing the same thing over and over. Click once, twice, Shift, Command, A. Once, twice, Shift, Command, A. Now if you notice my point down here isn't completely on the bottom of the artboard, so I'm using my direct selection tool, which allows you to manipulate specific anchor points. So I'm just going to click, hold, and just drag this down just a tad bit. And I think I'm okay up here. All right, so who can guess what's next? You're going to select everything. Let's go ahead and group it. Object, Group. So now when you click on one, all of them are selected. So then you have everything selected. You're going to hold down your Option key. Notice you get your two arrows. We're going to clone. We're going to start dragging while we hold down our Shift key. And we're going to let it go kind of in the same place that you had the first one, about that second line right there. And use your grid. If you notice, here's the 1 inch mark. I've gone in a 1/16 of an inch and brought it in a little bit. Well, actually, it's an 1/8. Okay. Now that I've done that, the best thing about Illustrator is now I can hit Command D. Well, let's go back because I did something before that. Let's move it again. I'm holding down my Shift key. I'm cloning, and I'm sliding this into place. Now I'm going to hit Command D on my keyboard to copy it. I'll do that again. Let's delete from the beginning. The reason it didn't work before is because I did something in between, so I couldn't do a transform again. This is what this is called. Click, hold, drag. Hold down my Shift key as I start dragging to keep everything straight. Let go of the mouse. Let go of the key. Now Command D on your keyboard. Once, twice, for the third time. So then you have 5. Who can guess what's next? Select all. Right click. Transform. Rotate. Preview so you can see it. 90 degrees. See how it turns? And copy. And you're done. Looks like I can move this over a little bit. So I'm just going to drag it just a tad bit. Just a tad bit here. Okay. And that's it for that design. Takes about 5 minutes, if that long. All right, so we'll continue with design 2 next.